All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Week 9 and Week 10 video. We're going to be talking about Unit 4, which is your final project in this class, the self-assessment essay. In this PowerPoint, we're going to have a writing warm-up. We're going to review Unit 4, like I said. We're going to talk about the guidelines and the prompt expectations, and I'm going to give you a look at how you should structure this assignment. We're going to talk about, very briefly, the example projects that have been uploaded for you and kind of what those mean for you. And then I'm going to introduce a drafting activity that I have that should assist you in kind of piecing together your own assignments. And then we'll overview Friday as well as next week. Okay, your writing warm-up for this week is, how do you feel your writing has grown or changed from the beginning of the semester to now? I want you to identify specific moments of growth. This is something that's going to be really useful for your self-assessment essay. Then, are you proud of this change? What would you like to continue to improve on? Here is where you're going to start getting some of that reflection in there. That's also really important for your self-assessment. Take 5 minutes to do this. Remember, you don't have to turn these in, just to get you started thinking. Okay, so Unit 4. Unit 4 is the self-assessment essay. The self-assessment essay, there is a course assumption that the, quote, key to critical reading and effective writing is rhetorical knowledge. That's why you're required to take this class. It is the first-year writing program's belief that the more you know about rhetoric, about being able to practice it and analyze it and understand it, the more your writing and your own reading skills will continue to improve. Each project we've done this semester has been scaffolding and building this understanding. And our course itself teaches you how to identify other writers' choices, but also how to identify your own. If you can read other people's writing and understand it and the choices they're making, that's great. But if you can't understand your own choices in your writing, then there's still more that you have to learn, which is why we do the self-assessment essay. We ask you to reflect on and think critically about the reading and writing choices that you have made over the semester while you continue to practice that choice-making skill. Essentially, you're evaluating your growth. You're going to be picking out pieces of evidence that show where you have grown this semester and reflecting on why it shows that growth and what that growth means to you. This is considered a formal argumentative essay. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about what language you want to use for this. You are supposed to convince your audience why you've accomplished your selected course goals. Your audience for this assignment is me, your instructor. So your goal, you need to write in a way that is convincing, that is persuading me that you have met these goals. The structure. There is no set page requirement for this assignment. However, once you include everything that is asked of you, you should have roughly about 4 pages double-spaced, maybe a little more, a little less. You're going to want to have an introduction with the thesis statement. It can be something very simple as, quote, in this essay, I will argue that I've met the course goals of WXYZ, because you're going to talk about 4 of them, by or because of blank. You should have 4 body sections, 1 for each of the course goals you're talking about, and then you're going to have a concluding paragraph for 1 goal to improve on, or 1 outcome that you will have, one outcome that you will use in a course or have used in a course at TTU. So something that you're going to take to the future with you. Even if that is, like practicing revision with your assignments, that is something you can bring up. In your requirements for this assignment, you're only asked to pick one or the other for your concluding paragraph. I strongly suggest that you go ahead and you do both. That way you get them out of the way and you are certain that they are there, because you are still expected to include some sort of move to the future. What does all of this reflection mean for you? What does it mean now that you have this understanding of rhetorical knowledge? How is that going to be applied in your future, either, academic goals, your career goals, your life goals? So again, breaking down this structure even further. I've already basically talked about this, covering it real fast again. That the introduction with the thesis statement. This is going to roadmap your essay. Your reader should know exactly what you're discussing. You just did this in the rhetorical analysis. You're going to have 4 body sections. That should be addressing and answering the what, how, and why questions. You've been using these since summary and synthesis, and uses evidence from your projects. Keep in mind, you do not need to use MLA and text citations for this assignment, since you'll be citing from your own assignments and your own examples. And then you'll have that concluding paragraph that addresses the move to the future, the so what, why does this matter? What about all of your hard work this semester has paid off? You're going to want to put that in the conclusion. Okay. So the body sections, to kind of go a little more in depth there. Again, you're selecting 4 course goals from at least one from each category. Goodness. Your writing goals categories: rhetorical knowledge, inquiry and research, writing processes, and crafts. When you open up the PDF document for this assignment, you'll see that these are the italicized subheaders for each category. Under each of these categories, you have a bunch of different bullet points. You're going to select 4 of those bullet points, 1 from each category, and then you'll select a 4th one, so you'll have 4 in total. Then you're going to argue, with supporting evidence from your own projects, why you have met or achieved or exceeded these course goals. Remember, we talked about this at the very beginning of the semester, what it means to master something, what it means to be an expert at something. An expert, a master, is someone who is knowledgeable about something. You may not feel as if you have mastered or exceeded these course goals, but I assure you that you have certainly practiced them and that you have improved on them. To be a master is to be knowledgeable. You are all, in a way, masters of rhetorical knowledge now. For your conclusion, again, you're going to want to select one of those bullet points that you can improve on, referring to specific examples in your own work. Make sure in your conclusion that you also provide examples. You cannot just state, this is a goal I want to improve on, and leave it at that. You need to explain why. Why do you need to improve on it? This might be using feedback from one of your peers to say, like, I did this thing in my essay and I received feedback from a peer and I see that I need to continue improving on this thing. Or using my feedback that I've provided you. You can do that option, or /and you select a bullet point that you have learned from this class and that you have demonstrated or plan to use in either other courses at TTU or in your future life. And again, give a specific example of that demonstration. How have you used this? After that, you're going to want to summarize what you've learned or observed about your own writing growth and offer a move to the future. Why does this matter to you? I am hoping that these 2 slides are very useful for you to kind of break down exactly what should be happening here. Okay, example projects. Really quick and simple. We're not actually going to go very depth in them, but there are 3 of them uploaded. There are 3 sample projects that are uploaded, and they each cover something different. I want you to focus on a different thing there. Specifically, if you think about the one that is on voice, that's what I want to talk about here. On being formal and using your own voice in writing. This is a formal argumentative essay, but writing in a formal way does not mean that you cannot write in your own voice. In fact, writing in your own voice is a rhetorical choice that helps you build ethos and connect with your audience. It's going to it's a use of rhetorical distance, making intimacy with your audience. You can appeal to pathos in this way, create identification, so on and so forth. It is a rhetorical tool for you to develop a comfort with using your own voice. If you consider yourself to be particularly funny, use humor. If you really like your academic voice, use that. No matter what voice you use, be honest and be reflective. In that way, as you are meeting the requirements of the assignment, you are being formal. You are making a formal argumentative essay. I want you to feel comfortable using your own voice and your language to make the argument in your self-assessment essay. I believe it'll be much more fun if you do, and you might actually feel that there's a bit of payoff if you're allowed to kind of relax into your own voice. Okay. And the last thing I have for you in this slide is this little It's an activity, but not necessarily. It's more of a tool for you to use. On Blackboard, I will be uploading a Word document that you can download and use if you would like. These are just the instructions of it. You're going to select those 4 goals that you want to write about. That's your what. You're going to pull quotes. That's the how. And then you're going to explain your reasoning. How does this show you met your goal? The layout of it is super simple. It's in like little boxes so you can follow along. I have everything listed there that you need. Essentially, if you're having a hard time compiling your draft and want to see it kind of spread out and visualized before you, feel free to use this. And hopefully it'll help you generate your essays with a little more ease. Okay, so this week and next week. Again, this is our last video. This is the last weeks of our course. It has been a pleasure to have all of you. To conclude out our semester, tomorrow, Friday, you're going to post to the Reflected on the Course. This is your first assignment you have for your Unit 4. Very simple. You're just starting to draft for this. You're going to pick some course goals that you feel you've met and talk about them. On Monday, next week, our last week, you're posting your rough draft of your self-assessment for peer feedback. Wednesday, you're responding to peers' drafts. Note, unlike other assignments in this class where you had to do 6 comments in total, so you did 3 and 3, for this draft, you only have to do 2 and 2, so you'll make 4 comments in total to get a full credit for this assignment. And then on Friday, you're submitting your final draft for your self-assessment essay. You're finished with the class. Congratulations. I am so proud of you all. A reminder, you may have gotten an email or have seen on Blackboard that it's been popping up now. Course evaluations are open. Please fill these out as soon as you can. It is a major help for me to receive your feedback so that I know how to improve the course and so that I can be a better teacher for future students and continue to improve myself as I am always learning. You will be able to access those off of Blackboard or through your email. If 90% of the class completes the course evaluations, everyone in the course will earn extra credit. So, something to consider. If you have trouble finding the course evaluations, send me an email and I can point you in the right direction. Okay. As always, if you have any questions, send me an email or use that Q&A forum. Take care. I look forward to seeing your self-assessment essays and seeing the growth that you've had this semester. As we conclude, enjoy the last weeks of summer. Make sure you take time to do things for yourself that you enjoy most. And have a great fall semester when we come back. Bye, all.